When you sing, you need to have a proper posture.
Judging by how the way I sit in the camera, I don't have that.
There's just more than just singing on a microphone. I believe there is something more. I knew what I wanted to do, but it's just that I was so scared not to be accepted by society, because here people think music doesn't put food on the table. I delved myself into the world of classical music and I told myself this is what I want to do. My dad, he came up to me, he asked me, "Do you already know what you want to do?" I said yes, because people talk about engineering, wow, doctor, law. Wow, I got so scared. You cannot believe that day I shed tears. I auditioned for piano because there was no vocal audition at that time. So she said, "We have to do something about your voice." Everybody just stood up and they clapped brava when they say bravissima. I felt like I did my job.
Hi, welcome to another episode here on Feel Good. Whereby now I will be stuck is because we have not been doing our recording for quite some time. So all the release that you see is actually past episode. So in every episode in Feel Good, what we wanted to achieve is just a little bit of positivity in your life lah. Okay, so if you've been watching throughout the past episodes that we have, and you think you like this content, remember to subscribe. And today, in the studio with me, or actually with us, there's a lot of us in the studio actually today, is Jeanne Marie Druce. Name doesn't sound Sarawakian, but she is actually Sarawakian. Okay, why is she here? Because she is actually an opera singer. That is from here. I want to highlight that again. That is from here. And she is going to be performing on the 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. 12th is actually exclusive for invited guests. And 13th, 14th, 15th October, which is happening during the release of this, it should be a Wednesday. So you still can buy tickets for the days to come after that, okay? So she's going to be performing for Borneo Opera Festival 2023, where enchanting melodies and captivating performances coverage to create an unforgettable celebration of opera and music. I gotta read that is because opera is not a thing here yet, and I gotta be honest, I'm not exposed to it a lot. So, okay, now we gotta move on to the question. But once again, welcome to Jeanne into the studio.
Oh, hi everybody! It's so nice to be here. It's an honor to be here. I mean, it's so great to see so many people here today and to be able to share what I know about opera.
Okay. Okay, so that is already the brief introduction. This is good. So when we do this, you just talk like as if you're talking to a friend like that lah.
Oh, okay.
Although I don't think your friends will ask this kind of questions, but
No.
let's
I don't
try.
think so. Okay.
Okay, warm up first, huh? We don't go straight into opera's question first,
Okay.
huh?
Okay.
If you're not doing what you're doing now, as in an opera singer, what do you think you would be doing?
I've never given a thought about that actually. I mean, I mean, all my life I've always wanted to be a singer.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Since,
just
young.
wanted to. Yeah, since young, I've
Okay.
always loved to sing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Young, like how young?
Ever since I was 3 years old.
3 years.
3 years old, very young age. Yeah. I've always wanted to sing. I don't
I
know.
have that reaction because I don't know what
Anything
happened.
to
It's
do
3
with
years old.
music, I get so excited. I
Oh.
would just focus and I would just, I wouldn't move. I wouldn't do anything. I would just look at the music and I would just have my eyes fixed on the music. It doesn't have to be opera. Any kind of music that intrigues me, I would just, I'll become alive. I would just,
okay.
yeah.
So if it's not opera singer, then probably you just become another genre punya singer saja lah.
Actually, I've always wanted to become a spine doctor. I don't know
Okay,
that
that's a huge
that actually occurred to me a few months ago when I was in Budapest, because I realized that when you sing, you need to have a proper posture, and also when you have a good spine alignment, you can actually expand your body more when you sing. I don't know if it makes sense, but that's just how I feel.
Okay.
Yeah, spine
Nothing
doctor.
makes sense to us because we are not in the industry. But it
Yeah.
makes sense to you.
Yeah, it makes
Okay,
sense to me.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the spine doctor, do you mean like something like
it's just a thought, but I wouldn't want to go into that field. But so yeah,
something like chiropractor?
something like that. Yeah.
Ah, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Wow, okay. So we never knew that you have to have a good posture to
Yeah,
be able to sing
that's
better.
right.
Okay, judging by how the way I sit in the camera, I don't have that. Okay, let's move on into the question. Okay, so you say 3 years old, you already like, I wanted to be a singer. I'm so immersed by, once there's music, I'm so into it. And
Yeah, yeah.
to be able to find calling at such a tender age is not everybody's, and not everybody get to do that, right? So walk us through how from there you become an opera singer today.
So basically, at the age of 3, my mother, she would always do house chores and things like. So I was a very hyperactive kid back then.
Okay.
So in order to keep me quiet, she would just on. Do you know The Sound of Music, played by Julie Andrews and Christopher? I don't know what his full name is, but it was a very famous musical back then in the 90s.
Okay.
And so in order to keep me quiet, she would just put on The Sound of Music, the tape from The Sound of Music, and I would just sit down there the whole day watching it, and I would replay it, and I would replay the particular scene that I would love to watch.
Oh, it's a video.
It's actually a musical.
Oh, okay, it's a musical.
The Sound of Music. Oh, I'm so surprised that you've never watched The Sound of Music by Julie Andrews.
Let me ask the older person. Peter.
Do you know the song Do Re Mi?
Yeah.
Do, a deer, a female deer. Yeah. So that's where my love for singing began. It's through that song, that particular song, sung by Julie Andrews.
This is so bad. I'm so
No, it's a very
probably I'm in
famous
a
musical.
drain somewhere in my.
Go check it out, The Sound of Music. It's
Okay,
it's
I
a
will.
beautiful musical.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So that is your mother's spell on you lah.
Yes. But I would watch it every single day.
Wow.
I would watch it, yes, every single day in the afternoon. I'm not
you won't
bored
get
because I
tired.
really, really love it. And I could actually rewind back every scene in the movie.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that is when you were young. So immediately that time with your parents, like, I think our kid is gonna be a singer someday lah. Or a musician at least.
Well, they had that kind of a feeling that I would grow up. I mean, they had a feeling that I would be a musician, but we don't know which field.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So from there, then after that,
I joined the choir, the church choir.
Okay.
So that's where I started to discover that I can actually sing, but of course not in the operatic way or not in the classical. Not in the classical way. So I was given roles like to sing this particular solo and stuff like that. So those days, those days that we used to use mic and all that kind of thing, right? So then that's how I began to see my range, my vocal range, what I can do, and which music I like, and which music that I don't really fancy, and all that kind of thing. So I don't know. It just started to grow from church. I sang, like for concerts, for during Christmas, Easter, you have these roles and things like that,
Yeah.
and we sing in different range, soprano, alto, tenor, bass, and we sing in different in a different vocal type in a choir and things. So the interest sparked from there.
From there.
Yes.
How old are you?
I was 8 years old when I first started the church choir. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
Everything that you say now, it's kind of like just mind-blowing. 8
Yeah,
years old.
yeah. 8 years old.
Okay.
But
It seems like a lot of great singer comes from the church.
Oh yes, Beyonce, Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston, yeah.
Yeah. They all started from
From
church.
the church, yeah.
Yes.
Right. Wow. It's a good thing. Okay. So from there, and then 8 years old, sing in the church, that's where the spark happens, and then from there?
From the so basically, yes. So I was exposed to a different kind of I wouldn't say department, a different kind of how do you call it, like singing, conducting, and also piano playing.
different department.
different
Section.
different sections. Yes, different sections. So okay, so I joined the choir for number of years, and then as I go along, I realized that there's just more than just singing on a microphone. I believe there is something more, because when you sing on a microphone, you're just like this.
Yeah.
So I believe there's something deep inside, like you can use more of your voice than just using this piece of instrument to amplify your sound. It's not very satisfying. So I believe that you can open more inside here.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but of course, here we don't have like proper facilities to really build up your potential here and things like that. So yeah, so I went through I went for music I went to a music school. I started off by playing the piano at the age of 10, and I playing the piano, working my way till I was Form 5, when I was 17 years old. And so you see, basically after Form 5, you already need to figure out what you're gonna do, right? Where you're gonna go from there, right? So
For most people,
for most people, but I knew what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But it's just that I was so scared not to be accepted by society, because here people think music doesn't put food on the table.
Correct.
Arts doesn't put food on the table.
Correct.
So I was so scared to tell my parents
What I wanted to do.
yeah, really what I really wanted to do, because I couldn't see myself excelling in other things, because that was what I couldn't. I just wanted to do music. That's it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So every time when I would just hear classical music, I would hear Beethoven, I would hear Mozart, I would hear Chopin, I would hear Tchaikovsky. I delved myself into the world of classical music, and I told myself, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to be. But I was so afraid to tell that to my parents, because people talk about engineering, wow, doctor, law. Wow, I got so scared,
Yeah. How come nobody
Yeah.
mentioned about singer?
Yeah, like where's the music department? Is there no faculty for music?
Yeah.
So so I got really I felt very, not say introvert, how to say, very what's the word for it? Not scared was also one thing. Also felt very closed up, because I felt there was no possibility for me. So okay, my parents gave me a year to figure out what I wanted to do, but I already had that vision in my mind. So I went through a year of preparing myself for an audition for Australia,
Oh, okay.
to study in Australia, in majoring in piano. And so within that 1 year period, after 6 months, my dad, he came up to me. He asked me, "Do you already know what you want to do?" I said, "Yes, I've already made up my mind." I said, "I want to do music." I said, I want to be a musician." And he said, "By all means, go ahead."
Wow.
Go
Supportive.
I was like,
parents.
"Really? You want me to be a musician?" No. If that is your dream, if that is your future, if that is how you want your future to be, by all means, go all out for it.
Okay.
Don't stop, because he said, this is your future. And he said, Mommy and I, we will support you 100% in what you want to do. You cannot believe that day I shed tears. I literally shed tears. I felt my body was shivering, and I felt like the giant in me was just about to be awoken,
Oh, okay.
So-
okay. Because you didn't expect that response from them.
Yes. So I was just over the moon. Like, I didn't want anything else. That response was the best answer I have ever heard in my life.
Okay.
Yeah, to say yes for me to become a musician. So after they said yes, that's when I started to go for auditions. I practiced 6 hours a day on the piano.
Wow. Okay.
For 6 months nonstop. And when I went for the audition, I got in. I immediately got into the music school. I was so happy.
Oh, okay.
I was
you
so
have to
happy.
audition for.
You have to audition, yes. Yeah, for sure. I mean,
It makes
yeah.
sense because we don't have to audition for any other school, but music school you have to have that bit of talent, like this,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you got in. That is in Australia.
Yes.
In Australia. So then from there how did you end up in Europe? Now you are in Europe, right? Yeah.
So 3 years studying in Sydney. in the Academy of Music and Performing Arts. So I majored in piano and I minored in vocal for the
Okay.
first 3 trimester. And during the first 3 trimesters, I had a Hungarian vocal teacher. She used to be a Hungarian opera singer.
Oh, okay.
And for my first day of class, so she just wanted to know where am I in my singing level, and she said just sing something for me. So I just sang a few classical music pieces, and she said, why don't you take up singing? Why are you doing piano? So I told my teacher, I mean, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to sing, but then my major was in piano because I auditioned for piano because there was no vocal audition at that time.
Oh, okay.
No vocal
okay.
audition at that time. So she said, we have to do something about your voice. We have to get you into the vocal department. We have to get you majored in singing. I said, let's do this. So we went up to the dean and we talked to the dean. We said, please, can I, like this student has potential. Can she go into the vocal department? And I told the dean, I was like, yes, I really, really want to sing. I mean, I don't mind playing the piano, but I think my utmost passion is for singing, because I just love to sing. I just want to sing. And she said, okay, we'll do what we can. So you finish the first 3 trimesters in piano, and then after that you finish the last 3 in vocal, and you minor in piano. So she said, so we worked really hard for me to actually transition into vocal. Yeah, so that's how it happened.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Again, like I say, to be able to find your calling at such a tender age, because I believe there's a lot of us actually struggle to find what is our, I wouldn't say true calling, but that seems to be the fittest word for it, because there's a lot of us kind of like just, probably I'll just do this and see what goes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But for you, from that kind of age, you really like, I want to become a musician for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Even though everything is against me, but I'm still going to do that, right? So then from there, eventually you end up in Europe. That is when you perform, and that is how the career starts.
Started. Yes.
Don't mind me asking, how long was that ago?
That was well, actually my performing starts in Australia.
Oh, okay.
I already
you
started going for competitions, doing recitals. I
in
had these
Australia.
small roles in Australia.
Okay.
Yeah, but then in Europe, that's where everything expanded a little bit. Yeah, it was
okay.
more. My career got, not say reached its peak, but it was more bigger. I had bigger roles.
Wait, so is it something like whereby you perform in Australia? That is
Yeah.
when you were like, I don't know what's the word for it in music industry, but like sports, like you get scouted.
Scouted.
Yeah, then that is when they're like, do you want to come and try out in Europe?
No, so basically in Europe you have to audition.
Oh, okay.
So in music you have to audition.
Oh,
That is
okay,
the standard procedure.
okay. So
Yes.
you wanted to try out something, then you just go there, audition?
I didn't try out. I wanted to go there because I wanted to enhance my performing skill. I wanted to build I wanted to expand my career.
Oh, so you said going to Europe is what you wanted to do.
Yes.
So you went there, auditioned?
Yes, because that is the birthplace of classical music, and that's where the opportunities are, and that's where the possibilities are to grow as a musician. So I wanted to grow, so I knew that I had to go further. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So now I learned something new.
Yes.
Okay. Because I thought it's like sports whereby you are good at other places. Then
Yep.
after that there are some, maestro coach. But they're like, hey, this young lads is good, so let's bring him or her back into some other places and and grow her there. I thought it's like that.
Yes, for some people, but for mine was quite it is similar, but it was
Your own intention.
yes, my
more
own
lah.
intention. Of course,
Okay.
you need to have the recommendation from your own maestro or your own
Yeah.
professor as well, because they are the ones who can actually recommend you to some good universities or some good academy to grow to an artist or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess then. I do not know about the rest of the studio lah. I felt like I have like zero knowledge about things that you just said.
Okay.
Because
That's okay.
again, yeah,
No
because
worries.
again, classical music, it's really not something that we are again not exposed here,
Yeah.
right? where do we listen to classical music here? No.
No,
Right. There's
we
no
don't.
there's no
Oh,
place.
no.
We don't have obviously we don't have opera houses here, right?
Yeah.
Is there opera house in West Malaysia?
I don't know. Is Istana Budaya considered an opera house?
Okay.
Istana Budaya. I
But
don't.
the name is already Istana Budaya.
Istana Budaya. So I think Istana Budaya stands for culture house.
Yeah,
So
right.
well, it's I don't know,
It's
but
there, but not really there, right? But
macam
because
yes
like,
tapi tidak.
macam yes tapi tidak, exactly
you know?
that.
Yeah.
Because there's like other places, like for example in Philippines, there is actually like proper built opera house, right? Whereby they just do opera there,
Yeah.
nothing else,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So probably now you're gonna be the pioneer to set that here in
Well,
Malaysia.
I hope so. I heard that they're going to build the old parliament, the old
The old dune, the old dune.
So the old dune, they're gonna turn it into a performing arts center within 2 years.
Correct.
So I'm hoping that within 2 years, once it is open, we can actually start an opera production for all Sarawakians to see.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just want to say it because we on the podcast, we heard that they're gonna turn that into a performing arts center
Yeah.
2 years ago. Now you heard it now, then they say they're gonna do it in 2 years time.
Really? Oh my goodness.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop at that lah. Huh? I don't want to get cancelled at any job also. Okay, so again, like I said, because we have zero knowledge about whatever the industry that you are in, right?
Okay.
So we do have singer friends, but they are microphone pop singers.
Yep.
They are they have been in the industry for quite some time lah.
Yeah.
But for opera singer, it's obviously different.
Yeah.
Which is actually something new that I found out. It's you guys don't use microphone to perform.
Oh, it depends. Like if we're in the opera house, like we don't use microphones. But if we're singing in an outdoor festival with a crowd of maybe
When it's open,
yes,
then you have to
we
use.
have to use a microphone.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like the ones that you stick on your
Okay,
what do you call it?
okay.
Inbuilt, not inbuilt microphone. What do you call it? A wireless microphone or something?
What do you call
What
that?
do you call this? You don't know. Okay,
Probably
so but
there is something that is especially
Yes.
for opera singer. Lah.
yeah, so we use that during outdoor festivals.
Okay. See, I thought in opera house you also use microphone.
No, we don't. Most of the time we don't.
Okay, then again something new. So
Yeah.
for that, then how do you actually? Because obviously it's different, right? Like you say, it's a different opening up of your throat to be able to reach that kind of
Yes.
range, vocal range. How do you actually mentally or physically prepare yourself
You mean for a performance?
for a performance?
So before a performance, what I normally would do is on the morning of the performance, on the day of the performance, early in the morning, I would wake up. Obviously, I would just, look back at my scores, and I would just try to think about the character that I am going to play during the
Wait.
performance.
What is a score?
A music score, like a music sheet. So we call it a music score. It's a musician's term for saying a piece of music. A music score, sorry, music sheet.
A music sheet.
So
Okay.
I would open up my music sheet, and then I would try to immerse myself in the character, and I would try to think, who am I going to play? Yeah. So I am not going to play as Jeanne. I'm going to play, let's say, for example, Violetta from La Traviata. So I have to I have to feel the character. I have to immerse myself in the character.
Okay.
So when I get out on stage on that evening, I'm already Violetta. I am no more Jeanne.
Yeah.
So that's how I prepare myself.
Okay. But what about physically, as in, you don't have
Physically,
to warm up and
yes.
stuff like that?
Oh, for sure. We have to do warm-ups for at least 20 to 30 minutes. A good, proper warm-up so that, you are... you warm up your muscles, and then you also warm up different registers, because in a piece of music you will have to sing lots of things. It's just not one thing, but you have to sing staccato, you have to sing legato, you have to sing short notes, etc. So it's important that you warm up different registers in your vocal cords. Yeah. It's like you're warming up to do a marathon.
Yeah.
So like, for example, what kind of warm-ups? I don't know what you do for a 5 kilometer.
Jonas, what do you do,
10
Jonas?
kilometer,
Jonas here is
10 kilometer marathon. What kind of exercises do you do?
he just completed 21 kilometer.
Wow.
So What do you warm up? How long do you take to warm up before you start a marathon, Jonas? 20 minutes too. 1 hour before.
1 hour. Oh, yeah,
So you run a 5 kilometer before you. Short run.
short run. Oh,
So pretty much that lah. Pretty much.
pretty much that, but not
much.
1 hour. On the day
Not
of the
1 hour.
performance, we do 20 to 30 minutes.
20 to 30 minutes. Okay.
Yes. So, but those 1 hour, 2 hours training, we do it maybe 6 months before the performance when you're in a private lesson with your teacher.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to know. When
Uh-huh.
that 20, 30 minutes, what do you do? That warm up is what warm up do you do?
So I try to do an ooh vowel
Okay.
because the ooh vowel helps me to open up my vocal cords. Ooh. So you use the ooh vowel.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just to make sure that your vocal cords are open and everything inside is open when you sing.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Like again, whatever you just say is something new to me, something very, very new to me. So you do that, and is there anything else?
We do the I-O.
Okay.
Because in Italian language they use a lot of vowels when they speak.
Okay.
They don't have a lot of consonants. So the I-O, and then we do the ya ha 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 ha. So we do staccato, we do legato, the I-O, and the simple those kind of vocal warm ups. So yeah, that's normally what I do.
Okay.
Yeah. But of course, different singers, they have different approach to
Oh,
warm-ups.
really?
Yes.
Oh, it's not like a
Because-
set of like template
No,
that like
it's not.
everybody have to do this.
No. Because different singers, maybe they have a problem with this vowel. For example, they have a problem with a vowel, or maybe they have a problem with this. So it's different.
Different people.
Yes,
You have
because
to do
different
that.
people, they have different body, different jaws, different vocals, different larynx. So it's different for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now something that pop up in my head.
Okay.
Do you think that for a singer, you must have a talent to be able to hard work, yes, but you have to have that talent first, or you think that everything can be trained?
I think talent is a bonus.
Talent is a bonus.
Talent is a bonus.
Okay.
But I think the desire of wanting to do it is very important. Even if you have the talent, but you don't have the commitment, you don't have the dedication,
It's not going to bring you anywhere.
it's not going to bring you anywhere. It's a fact, no?
Yeah.
I mean, we all know that.
Yes.
But if you don't have the talent, but if you desire, if you want to be a singer or anything, but if you're willing to put in the hard work, you're willing to start from zero, you will get somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Provided if you have a good teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Good
talent,
teacher.
for me, in my opinion, I may be wrong, that talent is a bonus.
Talent is a bonus.
It's a bonus.
Actually, you're not the first person that actually said that.
No? Oh, okay.
As a professional as a
Yeah.
professional performer, singer.
Yeah.
For them, it's always talent is a bonus.
It's a bonus.
It's a bonus.
I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So again, you're watching this. If you think that you wanted to do something and you're like, I don't have the talent for it, talent is a bonus. Okay. Again, not that I consider this as a talent, but people always say, oh, because you have that talent to host a show, to MC, and
Yeah.
the way that your brand works and how do you react to certain stuff and whatnot. Right? And for me, I felt like, again, yes, talent is a bonus because as long as you have learned enough material, you
Yeah.
have go through it over and over again. You
Yeah.
know, when you start, you're like, people tell you you're trash, you are not good. Then you take that and you go push harder and
Yeah.
harder and harder.
Yeah.
Eventually, 10 years down the line, people like, hey, you got a talent for it. Then, at the back of your head, you're like, I know it's not talent. I know it's hard work because I
Yeah.
push myself
Exactly.
through it, right?
Yeah.
So again, those watching this, if you wanted to do something and you think you don't have the talent, right? Talent is a bonus, right? So yeah, talent is a bonus. Okay. Anybody in your family members is actually a performer, singer?
Both my mom and dad are not musicians, but my dad's side of the family, my uncles, they are musicians.
Okay.
They are guitarists, keyboardists.
Okay.
Yeah, but they They just do it for leisure. They play in church or
Okay.
just for any leisure gigs and stuff
Okay,
like
okay.
that, but not very professional like what I
The
do.
music DNA somehow runs in the
Yes,
family
through
a
my
bit
dad's
lah.
side of the family. Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay. But you are the first one to actually like do this professionally.
Yes.
Okay. That's nice. Okay, so you've been performing for a number of years now, I suppose.
Number of years,
Yeah, number of
yes.
years now. Any particular performance that you remember that you think you're gonna remember for the rest of your life? For now.
There was one time, I think that was last year in Romania, we did a 30 days tour.
Okay.
And I think we were at the last leg of our tour where I sang Estrano Estrano by La Traviata. It was a solo piece from Violetta. It was one of the best solo performances of my life with the orchestra. When I sang the high note and I could, sustain the high note, I felt good. It was really, really satisfying, and everybody just stood up and they clapped brava when they say bravissima. I felt like I did my job.
Okay.
I've delivered. I have delivered the music to my fullest.
Okay.
I felt like I could do anything.
At that moment.
Yes, at that moment, at that particular moment.
Okay.
And
Wow.
yes, and I felt like I delivered the character really, really well, and the whole text, etc. And the moment when everybody stood up and when they clapped for me, it was one of the best moment of my life. That is one of the joys, to be a performer when everybody
Yeah.
just stand up for you.
Yeah.
You know that you did something right.
Good. Yeah.
You did justice to the music,
Yeah.
and not just for the music, but for the people as well. That they enjoyed it and they loved it and they are satisfied
With the performance.
with the performance.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
I cannot say I can feel that entirely, because as a host, I command people to stand up and clap. I don't get standing ovations. So
that's very mean, but okay.
but okay. But I think it's it must be a beautiful moment.
It is a beautiful
Right.
moment. Yes.
Again, so yeah, if you wanted to see Jeanne perform, again, the date is 13, 14, 15.
Yeah.
So to get your tickets, you just search for Borneo Opera Festival 2023, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, this is something also I've noticed because, extra information. How I get to know Jeanne is because I was engaged to MC it for their event, right? So that is how I get to know you. And a couple of days ago, before this recording, we had a meeting. That is when Maestro is here.
Okay.
Right. So tell us a little bit about Maestro to give context to the people listening to this. Who is Maestro to you?
Who is Maestro?
Or who is Maestro himself?
Maestro, you mean Alfio? Maestro
Alfio.
Alfio Grasso. Maestro, he is... for me, he's a great singer. He is the artist that I aspire to be. Yeah.
Okay.
A real classical opera singer.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
The original one. And Maestro is how can I say, a mentor, he's a great mentor. He
Oh.
has been teaching me and he has been guiding me for the last 4.5 years to get to where I am. And he is the one who taught me about singing. He was the one who taught me about what real singing is.
Oh.
What
Okay.
not just opera, but what singing is. The beauty of singing, the beauty of classical music, and the beauty of opera itself.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And a great mentor, great artist, and a great... he is a great inspiration
Okay.
for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Maestro is also going to be performing
He is.
during the concert. So again,
Yeah.
this is not something that we get to see often here lah. Again, right?
Yeah,
You
no.
get to see. Okay, maybe a lot of us might not know who is Maestro Alfio is because we are more not we are, but a lot of us are more into like modern
Yeah.
music, right? So, Probably maestro is like Beyonce in opera.
I would say more like Engelbert Humperdinck.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Engelbert
So
Humperdinck.
yeah, so younger ones, if you do not know who's that, you can always Google that up, lah. Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, my show is gonna be here performing. So where I want to leave with that question is actually, when my show is here,
Yep.
you actually spoke to him in a different language,
Italian.
Italian, right?
Yes.
So that is not your mother tongue.
That is not my mother tongue.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is not your mother tongue. But how did you actually, go from what do you speak at home?
I speak English.
English
And Melanau.
and Melanau.
Yes.
Okay, Melanau, right?
Yeah.
So, how do you get there from? How many languages do you speak? I want to know.
English, German, Italian, a little bit of French, Chinese, Malay, Melanau. Does
Melanau.
Melanau count as a language? It does, no?
Yeah.
Okay,
it sounds
7.
different, right?
7.
Yeah, 7. Oh, okay. So, okay, in school, do you actually have to learn German, Italian?
You mean in opera?
Yeah.
Yes. So for opera singers, the 3 most important language that you must learn is French, German, and Italian. Yes, but the most important one is Italian because opera originates from Italy. Yes.
Okay. So that is a subject in school that you have to master the
Yes,
language.
it is. It is a language that you have to learn because otherwise, how are you going to understand the context of the opera? Because everything is in Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to translate everything. So it's very important that you learn the language.
How many years does it take you to learn that?
So I did a crash course in Kuala Lumpur last time for 6 months, and then after that I continued in Europe. So I think that's about 1 to 2 years. Yes.
Is it very hard to?
It was in the beginning.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But Italian, it is not too difficult because they play around with vowels.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So among all this 7, I mean, okay, drop the mother tongue lah. Drop the
Okay.
mother tongue lah, because that is what we've been speaking.
Yep.
In school, family,
Yeah,
friends,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Which one is the hardest for you to pick up?
German.
German.
Yes, because they have a lot of consonants. The k, the sh, the ts, the p. So everything has to be articulated. You have to dictate. You have to articulate 120%.
Yeah, I agree. I have a friend that exchange student stopped by here in Sarawak, and when I listen to them talk, I'm like, probably this is one of the hardest language to pick up.
Yeah, they speak as if they're trying to clear their throat.
Yeah, right.
So it's I mean, speaking is another thing, but singing,
even harder, I bet.
you have to pronounce 5 or 10 times more when you're on stage. Otherwise, people cannot hear you. Yeah.
Okay, now trying to recall, I also do not know. Probably I also wouldn't know whether that piece is in German or in Italian, right?
What song was that?
So no, I have no idea. I mean, if you
Okay.
perform on stage now
Yeah.
and then you're singing German song, I probably I don't know whether that is Italian or is it very distinctive?
Very, very distinctive because in Italian it's more lively, it's more free, it's more vibrant.
Okay.
It's like, so that's why they say "Viva Italia,"
Oh, okay.
So, but in German it's a bit more. For me, it's a little bit more dark.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And very well pronounced and it's a lot to do with text.
Text.
Yes,
Okay.
the text is very, very important in German, and in my opinion, it's very dark, very, very poetic.
Okay,
Yeah.
very poetic.
Yes.
Okay. Again, because normally when we have guests over and when we talk to them, right?
Yeah.
I have probably sometimes 10-20% of knowledge on what they are doing.
That's okay. Yeah.
So I can weave my way through talking to them. But when I talk to you, I'm 3 years old. I have zero idea. I'm gonna tell it to the people.
No worries. We learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I learned a lot of things new today. Okay, then how do you actually go about, as in singing in a different language compared to your mother tongue, and is there a lot of things that you have to do, to because obviously the pronunciation on how you use your tongue, throat, all is
Yeah.
different compared to our own language, right? So how do you go about that?
You
Apart
mean
from a lot of practice.
you mean like how do I approach the technique and all that
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
So first, most importantly is you need to have a good teacher, like Maestro Alfio.
Yeah.
So of course, different schools have different techniques.
Mm.
Italian school have their own technique. The Viennese school have their own technique. German school have their own technique. So I'm using
Okay.
the Italian method.
Okay.
So with Maestro Alfio, he teaches me the open vocal cord technique.
Okay.
It has to be open. Everything inside has to be open, and that's why we always start with the oo, the oo vowel exercises. Because when you do the oo, your larynx, it has to go down, and it's open. Everything is open inside here. So that is the Italian school.
Okay.
It has to be open, and the most important thing is your soft palate. You know where your soft palate is? Your lalangit.
Okay.
That is your best friend. You have to be open all the time when you sing. You can't close it. When you close it, that's it.
How do you open your langit?
So it's you need to have a good core.
Yeah.
It's a good support.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But of course it takes time, it takes years, to have an open vocal cord. So it's everyday training. You have to study, you have to turn up for lessons, sing different arias, warm up exercises. It's a routine.
Okay.
Yeah, but the most important thing is you need to have a good teacher, because the teacher is the one that guides you, that really helps you to discover your full potential in singing. Yes, because in the end of the day, we don't want our vocal cords to be destroyed when you sing.
Yeah.
We want to have a good technique, a very good bass, so that you can go for hours when you sing. When you have a good technique, you can sing anything. Yeah.
True. This is something new that I picked up, guess, a couple of years ago. Although I don't sing, I host shows, right? So that is still using vocal, right? So that is when I picked up that why when I do like 2 to 3 days on your show, that after that I would sound like that I have a spider web in my throat. Right?
Okay.
That obviously
is that coarse? Is it very coarse?
It sounds very coarse. So that is when I learned from my mentor saying that you don't speak. No. I don't know whether that is the exact sentence. You don't speak entirely using your throat.
Yeah.
You speak using your
Yes.
core.
Your diaphragm here.
The diaphragm,
Yes.
yeah. So when you control that, you can last for days, and you will not be suffering after that lah.
Yes.
So that is when I learned that is how singers can do like concerts for a couple of days. They are still fine. They can tour the whole world doing
exactly,
that.
Yeah.
Because if you're using just your throat, you're not gonna survive.
You're not gonna go anywhere. Yes.
Yeah, you're not gonna survive. And pretty much like 2-3 days.
That's right.
You're gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Especially when you perform like 2-3 hours every show, right?
Yeah.
So Peter, you are trying to do that diaphragm. So pretty much you are controlling like how how like when people do exercise, you control that muscle, engage that core. Pretty much that when you are projecting your voice. That of course it takes years of practice lah. It doesn't just do it like one weekend. Like I know how to do it already.
No.
Okay. So I think Jeanne had mentioned this a couple of times. I think this is really an important method to her, which is teacher is very important lah.
Very important.
Teacher is very important. Mentor is very important. A lot of things, you might push yourself, or you might have hard work, you might have talent, but if you don't have the teacher to guide you through it, you're gonna end up somewhere else probably.
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, I was also telling Peter lah. I say it would be great if I can get my show here on the recording.
Yes.
But at the same time, I'm like, probably we would have language barrier.
No, but he speaks good English.
Yeah, he speaks good English. But the other day when we were at the meeting, he was like, no, my language is not good. My English is not good. I can tell you what I want to tell you, but people might not understand me.
But you understood him, right?
Yeah, I understood him.
But you should get him here.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll get you first and see whether. But there's no other time. Yeah. But he's gonna be here all the way until.
He's gonna be here until the 18th.
Until the 18th, right. probably I get him the episode, then we release it after the opera lah, if that is okay.
Yeah, yes, that'd be great. That's why I was thinking, why wouldn't they invite Maestro as well? Because he's a very big important person in my life, also
Yeah.
in my singing career as well.
Yeah.
So, it would be nice to hear from him. A veteran in opera
Yeah,
singing,
the thing
because he
is-
has worked and studied with greats.
Ah.
He has worked with Mirella Freni. Mirella Freni is one of the greatest opera singer, and he has sung with her. She died, of course, but she's like she is just like Beyonce in 60s and 70s, in the year 60s and 70s. Mirella Freni, great opera singer, and Maestro has worked with her.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
if you really want to know more, he's the best person to ask.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, then again, like I say, when I talk to you, I'm
Yeah.
already at 3 years old. Imagine when I
Oh.
talk to Maestro, what am I going to ask him?
Exactly like how you asked me.
Okay. Probably, I don't know whether we can schedule another, but
Yeah,
I would need
sure.
to talk to you about that lah.
Yeah,
Let's bring that.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Yeah.
we can. Because again, we don't always get this. We don't always get these grades here
Yeah.
in Sarawak lah, huh? Yes. By the time when this is released, Borneo Sonic Festival should be done. Although we have those artists coming here, big artists coming here to perform. Yes, but we don't always get to, talk to them from a different point of view,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I also wanted to know, because after all, we are still human, right?
Yeah.
It's also
It depends, what you mean by an artist.
Okay.
What do you mean by? For me, being an artist is just like a painter.
okay.
Like, you are given a piece of canvas and you draw, you paint,
Yeah.
you color. So you imagine of how you want the picture to be, and how do you want to actually connect with people through the painting.
Yeah.
That is what I call an artist for
Artist.
me.
Oh, okay.
How do you convey the message of the music to the people?
Oh.
What do you
okay,
want to
okay.
say to the people?
Yeah.
For me, that is an artist.
Yeah. So isn't it you guys are an artist?
Yeah. Well, that's what people call us an artist, no? They label us as an artist.
Yeah.
So for me, but of course, like I said, different singers, different people have their own different versions of what an artist means.
Okay. Get it.
Yeah.
But do you consider yourself an artist?
Of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. Because for me, artist is somebody who express himself through arts.
Yeah.
The different kind of arts lah.
Yeah.
It can be painting, it can be
Yes.
music, it can be, there's a lot of photography,
Yeah.
videography. That is also a form of art, you know.
We are the painters of the world.
Yeah.
We are the painters.
right.
Like I feel that.
Yeah,
painters,
it is.
yeah.
It is. We make the world
A better place.
Yeah, a little bit prettier.
Yes. 'Cause-
I don't want to go that part, but I always say, there's something always follows up after that, because I always say the world is already quite dark. So
Yes.
it's up to us to do it a little
to
bit
shed
better.
light to
Yeah,
people.
Right.
You're right. We are living in a dark time. We are living in a dark place at
It
this
is,
moment.
It is.
So that's why it is our job as an artist to actually shed light to people. Who are
I agree. I agree.
spiritually or physically or mentally, whatnot. But it's very important for us as an artist to reach out to the people
Yeah.
with the gift that we have.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So again, okay. So for those watching this, if you think that I cannot express myself through art, there's a lot of things that you can do to shed lights
Yeah.
onto the world also lah, huh? But not not just arts lah.
Yeah.
That is what we can do.
Yeah.
Right? Because we are we are the people of God here lah, huh?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that God built us all differently.
Yeah,
Right? Not
true.
not everything that God you have everything, right?
yeah.
God builds us differently.
Yeah.
So that we worked in the different parts of the world, and but I believe that shedding lights in the
Yep.
world, it's something that we all can do in
Yes.
different form, right?
Yep.
Okay, so immersed with that, I missed out what am I supposed to ask already. Okay, just now you were asking, and you was mentioning about, obviously I picked up these words from the internet.
Okay.
So can you tell us what's the difference between soprano, mezzo soprano, and all these are different vocal ranges.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna go into I'm not
Yeah,
gonna go technical
because
today,
I
but
won't
just
understand too.
So basically, if you're soprano, if you can reach the high note,
Okay.
like higher than what you can possibly can, so that's a soprano. And they have a very bright colored voice. Very light, very bright, very vibrant kind of voice.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So for the mezzo-sopranos, they are a little bit dark. They have a very dark timbre, very warm and dark timbre.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And what were you saying? Tenor.
Tenor. Yeah.
So tenor is basically like a soprano. It's a male voice, but they have a very high vocal range.
Oh.
Yes, so that's
okay.
for the male part.
Oh, so soprano, it's female.
Female, yes, soprano, soprano, mezzo soprano.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay. Then tenor is
Tenor is
for the
it's just like they're just like the female soprano, but they have a very high
high.
vocal range.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
And for the baritone, it's just like Maestro Alfio Grasso. They have a very dark timbre, very like kind of fatherly voice. Yeah, when
very
they sing,
deep vein.
very deep.
Okay.
But it's
okay.
not as deep as compared to the bass. They have they have also a certain high vocal range in certain octaves that they
Okay.
can reach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but they're not as deep as the bass. So we will have another bass singer. His name is Ioan Vrashmash, and he's coming also next week. A Romanian
Yon,
bass
yeah.
singer.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yon, okay. So, he's
the bass
bass.
singer.
Okay.
Very deep, very low, and very that kind of thing.
Okay, because I'm yet to talk to him, right?
Yeah.
So that's when he talks, does he memang has a deep voice or?
Yes, very low. Like it's even lower than Maestro Alfio Grasso.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh, Alfio no lah. For me, it doesn't.
He's a bit higher.
He's a bit higher.
Yes,
He's a bit
yes,
higher.
yes.
But I've literally never talked to anybody with a very, very deep voice.
Oh, you will.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I will. Looking forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, people consider my voice deep, right? They are. I've seen like Gary. Gary.
I think you have a baritone voice when you speak. Baritone like Alfio, like Maestro Alfio. You have that.
Okay.
I sense that.
Another 10 years of training probably lah. I'll get
Yes.
to sing lah. But no. Never in my head. Yeah, karaoke at the bar can lah, huh? Peter, karaoke at the bar can lah, huh? But not on the stage lah. Okay, so Yon is not here, so he'll be here soon.
On Sunday, yes.
On Sunday,
Yes.
on Sunday. Okay, so we'll get to meet these people soon. Okay, then when just now I was asking how do you go with your vocal, your tongue to sing a different language? How about memorizing the lyrics?
Memorizing lyrics. Oh, okay. So basically, before you start to memorize lyrics, you must first understand the language itself.
Okay.
You must understand, like for example, if I'm doing an Italian aria or something like that, first, I do suggest you to take up classes, take up Italian classes or work with an Italian teacher.
Oh, okay,
Someone who speaks the native Italian language. So like for example, myself, because now my repertoire is full with Italian operas. So I work a lot with Maestro Alfio Grasso. He's the one, so he will explain to me, the context of each lyrics, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and Act 4. So to memorize it, I think you have to really understand the language itself first. To study the verbs, the nouns, the subject,
Is
things
that how
like
we
that.
go
Yes.
to English classes
Yes.
when we are in
For me,
kindy,
that's my
primary school?
opinion.
Okay.
Because once you take up classes, when you read that text, it would be easier for you to understand.
To understand.
Yes.
Okay.
And of course, if you have, let's say, French opera, you study with a French teacher. If you have a German opera, you study with a German teacher who speaks, somebody who speaks the native language. Because different languages, they have different tones, different intonations, and different interpretations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's how I go about it to memorize my lyrics and all that. Yeah, you have to understand what
The
you are
language
saying.
first.
You have to understand the language, and you have to understand the whole context of the whole opera. Or what does it mean? Who are you playing? What character are you looking at the moment? Who are you at this point of time? Who are you talking to? What situation are you in? So when you ask yourself this question, the 5 W's, then you don't only memorize, you understand, and you will just automatically know what you're saying. But I think also the most important thing is you have to translate one by one.
Each word?
Each word you have to translate.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, loosely translate it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, what are they trying to say?
Oh, wait. In
Yeah.
in Italian language, is there like, different parts of Italy would have like different
Yes.
dialects and
Different.
whatnot?
So, like for example, in Rome, so the dialect is a little bit more softer. People they are more, very nice, very poised, very soft. But in Sicily, they're more aggressive. So they're
Give
just
us
very gibberish.
give us an example. Although I don't understand, but give us an
I
example.
can't
Okay.
I can't speak Sicilian, so
Oh.
Maestro can only do that. But I only can speak the normal general Italian.
Oh, okay. So in singing, we all use the general Italian.
So in the opera, it's a little bit ancient, because though in the 18th century, the Italian was a little bit more old. They use
Okay.
old vocabulary. So as they
Ah.
progressed towards the 21st century, it became more refined.
Okay. But
Yes.
in opera, it's still old language.
It's in old language,
Old
in old
Italian.
Italian language. So that's why it's
Ah.
very important to study with a native Italian teacher, like Maestro.
Like maestro.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
because there
now
are
I
some
get it.
certain words that you do not learn in the classroom today.
Because they don't use that word anymore.
They don't use that word anymore.
Ah.
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like Chinese lah. It's like Chinese lah. Whereby Chinese
Yeah.
they used to have a very complex writing, a
Correct.
very words that we don't use anymore. But
Yep.
now it's that you use such a nice word. They are more refined now. Chinese is more simplified,
Yeah.
It's just more simplified. Okay. So, so you don't use that. Oh, then when you learn, you also learn. So you just learn general Italian.
General Italian language.
But
yes.
when you sing that is when you picked up the different words, different
Yes.
verbs that you might not use today.
I
only
might
in
have not
singing.
seen before in my life.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Something new.
Something new.
Something new. Okay. So meaning to say that, does people still write new pieces today in like modern Italian?
I think they do, but I'm not aware if they are still doing modern Italian operas, but I think they do.
Oh.
But it's just that I may have not heard or seen them before. Yeah.
So, meaning to say that the pieces that we're gonna hear on the 13th, 14th, 15th,
Yeah.
these are pieces that have been written in like
17th, 18th century.
17th, 18th
Yes.
centuries. Okay, so it's a very, very old piece.
Very old piece, but it's beautiful.
Yeah. I bet, or else how would they last this long, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, like I earlier on, I think this is off recording. So so now you are with Romania's Vox Orchestra,
Yeah.
right? So they are what do you call that? An orchestra troupe?
On an orchestra.
An orchestra.
Yeah,
Okay, then
it's-
they're
yeah.
an orchestra. So these are all professional musicians,
Yeah.
right? I want to know, how often do you guys perform in like probably a year?
So we will have maybe 15 to 20 performances in a year.
15 to 20 performances in a year. That is like at least once a month.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys like go different opera houses in Europe to
Yes.
perform?
We tour a lot
Okay. But mainly
in Europe.
in Europe.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is like any other concert, right? People, you sell tickets, people pay,
Yeah.
then
For
people
sure.
go.
Yes.
How many can a normal orchestra house host? Like, how many people can
You mean how
can
many
attend?
can an opera house hold?
Yeah.
You mean the audience?
The audience is the audience.
About 2,000 people.
That's a lot of
That's
people.
a lot. Yeah, the biggest opera house. Yeah.
Oh, where is the biggest opera house in
If
Europe?
I'm not mistaken, there's just so many.
Yeah, I
They
bet.
have small ones, they have big
Big
ones, they have
ones, yeah.
medium ones. I think the biggest one that I've seen in Italy was the opera in Florence or in Venice, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, that is when they can host
Yes, about 2,000 people. Yeah.
Okay, wow.
And I think in Germany as well. Yeah.
So then you know how impressive it is
It
singing
is.
to 2,000 people without a microphone.
Yeah.
So the people at the back, they have to be able to hear you
Yes.
clearly, right?
Yes, that's why you have to have a good core and a good technique so that you can sing, so that your sound actually projects
Yeah, you can
forward.
project all the
forward.
way to the back.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. I again, um, never been to Europe, not yet. So never been to opera house. Never
Okay.
know how it looks like. Only from the screen.
You
Only
have
from
to go.
TV.
You have to go. Yes, you must
Have
go.
to, yeah,
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
try
yeah.
out something new lah. Have to try
Yes.
something new. I will. Although, yeah, I won't understand, but I would feel it lah. I would feel it.
Mhm.
Opera. Where is the nearest opera house here? I mean, in this region that you know of?
You mean in Sarawak?
No. In Asia,
The nearest opera house. You mean in Southeast Asia? You mean
Southeast Asia, Thailand. Huh? Thailand.
in Johor? They have the Permaisuri Zarith Opera House.
Oh, there is one
Yes,
in Johor.
there's one in Johor.
Ah, okay. Wait. Is it open to public?
Yes,
oh,
it
it's
is open
for
to public. Yeah.
What do they use? So they bring in
They bring in performers.
performers,
Yes, they're singing it.
orchestras,
Yes.
opera singers.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think 3 months ago, they invited musicians from Vietnam to perform there, from Singapore. Yeah.
Okay.
And also, I think a few Malaysian musicians from KL as well
to
perform there. Yeah, so that's, in my opinion, the nearest opera house that we have in Malaysia. Because in KL we have the Philharmonic, but I don't think the Istana Budaya is a. Well, okay, it can be considered an opera house. Well,
Have you performed in any of these?
no,
Not yet.
not yet.
Not yet.
Yes.
Okay. So hopefully we'll get some Johorian watching this and like, let's do this.
Yeah, let's do this.
yeah,
Let's do this. But I'm really hoping that Sarawak will have their own opera house one day.
Okay. What do you wish for Sarawakian in after your footsteps, and what do you wish to see from Sarawak or Sarawakian?
I wish for all my fellow Sarawakians to have passion for what they do, and also to, when you have a gift, when you have a talent, make full use of it and go as far as you can. And when you have already, gained all this knowledge, pass it down to our other fellow Sarawakians as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Spread knowledge.
Spread knowledge.
Yeah.
Don't keep it.
Yes. So if you have a gift, use it to the fullest. Of course, it's not easy. Nothing is easy in life. But I think if you have the desire, you have the passion, you have commitment, you have all this dedication, you will go somewhere.
Definitely.
You just have to believe in yourself. I know it's so easy for her to say believe in yourself, but believe me, believe in yourself, and always have faith that things will work out.
Yeah.
It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it can be 2 to 3 years from now, but you will always see the light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah.
You just have to push yourself.
You just have to push yourself. But always stop to smell the flowers. Don't forget to stop to smell the flowers. But yeah, most importantly, always believe in yourself. And like I said, you have that gift, make it, bring it to full use 100%. Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah.
Again, I think a lot of people who have achieved a certain success in their life, or like what I told you off record,
Yeah.
everybody define their success differently. But if you are still, I guess, if you are still, what did you say? Like you felt like you are floating in the middle of the ocean, like you are not heading anywhere, and you felt like, I do not know what I want to do in life. I don't know what is my calling, and I don't know what I want to do. Well, what about people like this? What do you think?
I believe everyone has a purpose in life. They may not discover it now. Not yet. They may discover it later.
Yeah.
So what I would say is, discover it at your own timeline. You don't follow people, because everybody has their own timeline.
Correct.
Even in opera, the voice matures with time. It's like you age, it matures like fine wine.
Fine wine, yeah.
So the older the older the wine becomes, the better it tastes. So I would say, do at your own pace, do what you can. As long as you have that vision in front of you, keep it there. But most important thing, don't give up. Don't push yourself too hard. Don't follow other people. Be you. Be yourself. Be Joaquin. Be Jean. Be
Peter.
Peter. Don't follow anybody.
Yeah.
Just do at your own pace.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Again, probably you guys have seen this a lot on the internet, and
Yeah.
here is another reminder, lah, huh?
Yeah.
Colonel Sanders found KFC when he is old.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, there's a lot of people who found success at different times in their life,
Yeah.
right? There are people who like you
Yeah.
know what you want to do when you're already 3 years old, right? But there are people who, when they are 50, then they're like, this is what I want to do in life. So do it on your own pace, lah.
Yes.
Don't follow any other people.
Just
and-
because people say, oh, you have to, certain things you have to read by 30, you have to do this by 40. I mean, who came up with that rule? That's just ridiculous.
Asian parents.
You know, I find it so ridiculous. Like, why do you have to put a timeline? It's just causing me stress and giving me a lot of anxiety.
Yeah,
But for
right.
me, the world is round. You go and explore, be curious, you know, and never stop learning.
Yeah, yeah.
Never stop learning. You know, so age is no matter, I guess.
Correct.
Yeah. As long as you still feel like, okay, I still can do this, no problem, then do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So why not?
Okay, I felt like we could go a lot more than this. We can, but yeah, we don't have the time to do it, lah. We're gonna do 2 more questions.
Okay.
One, if there is any Sarawakian
Mm-hmm.
that wanted to try out what you are doing now, an opera singer or classical musician,
Yeah.
what is your tips for them?
Find a good teacher.
Find a good teacher.
Please find a good teacher. Because you don't want to go in circles, you know, and then after that you waste your time. And so when you found a good teacher, stay with that teacher.
Okay.
A teacher who brings out the best in you, who can bring out the best in you, and also make you fly. So like Maestro Alfio, I found him. He is the one who I would not be where I am if it wasn't for him today. Because he was the one who taught me about singing.
Okay.
So my advice, please find a good teacher. Very, very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not breaking anything here. I'm not gonna say I'm not guaranteeing it, lah, huh?
Yeah.
But hopefully in the pipeline,
Yeah.
in years to come, we gonna bring gonna bring the maestro for classes, for workshops, and hopefully that will open up a different market, different a group of people here in Sarawak,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So Maestro himself is already here, but for this year, currently due to time constraints, so there's very little things that they can do as an organizer can do. So hopefully in the pipeline, because this is what Madam, which is your mother, told us, saying that Maestro, after he found you, he was like, there is so much potential on the other side of the world which we need to look into.
Yep.
Because
That's right.
a lot of singers, it's only like Europeans or that side of the world.
Yeah.
So after Maestro see Jeanne, like, hey, there's another side of the world that we actually never looked at, and that probably there's a lot of untapped potential there.
Correct. Yeah.
And he is looking to explore.
Yeah, that's right.
So for those again, when Jeanne say find a good teacher, probably Maestro is a good teacher for you.
The best.
The best.
Yeah.
For you. But
For me, yes.
for those listening, if you wanted to try out something, probably can
why
look
not?
into it. Okay. Before we say goodbye, like the channel's name, we name also Feel Good, is because
Feel Good.
we wanna, that is how we feel out ourselves. We
Okay.
feel good, right? So for some of us, there is a quote that we remember, a statement, a movie. What is your feel good when you're feeling today I don't feel so good, or today I'm a bit moody. What is your feel good?
My feel good, you mean like in general the quote that I carry with me every day?
Yeah, it can be.
So there's always one person that I look up to in life. He's a very famous basketball player, Kobe Bryant. And he always says to be better every day. Yeah.
Okay.
To be better
Mamba
every day.
mentality.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really follow the Mamba mentality, but I like his quote because,
Yeah.
you get better every day.
Yeah.
If you can't do it today, you always have tomorrow.
Be
Yeah.
better every day. That is your mantra, lah, Kira.
My mantra, yes. But of course,
okay.
if let's say if I'm going for a performance or things like that, let's say if I feel down or something like that, then I would just tell myself it's okay to feel down, but it's just one of those days. But you get up and you do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much.
No worries.
Jeanne,
Thank you for having me here.
Dropping by into the studio and have this chat again. I've learned so many things today, and I guess that is a good thing about doing this podcast for me. I felt because at the same time I'm learning something new.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No worries. Thank you for having me here.
I will see you coming performance time. Oh, we need to talk about Maestro
Yes.
coming to the show.
Yes.
Let's see lah.
Yep.
Let's see whether we can arrange that or not.
Yeah.
Once again, the opera concert is happening 13, 14, 15 of October.
Yeah.
Just search for Borneo Opera Festival 2023 on Google. That will bring you to the website, and the website will have all sorts of details, where you can get your ticket, where is it at, and who you can expect, and stuff like that. Right? Again, this might be something new to a lot of us. So again, this might also be something that we don't always get here in Sarawak. So grab this opportunity while you can. I wish you the best in the coming concert. And also, in your career.
Thank you.
Hopefully we're going to have something bigger for Sarawak in years to come. Yeah. Okay, so that is Jeanne, and she's also going to be performing with Romania's Vox Orchestra at this concert. Okay. Thank you very much. We're going to say goodbye for now. And until the next episode, I'm Kim for Feel Good and signing off. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.